All right, Tuesday, the 23rd of May, mortgage bonds doing exactly as been expected, as we've been talking about. Now, I believe we found a spot here that might give us a little bit of support, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. From what I'm gathering, reading different things out there, there's many that believe that the economy might still be growing when it comes to the service industry, right? We don't have a lot of manufacturing. We don't have a whole lot of other things. Most of the stuff we got going on in our country, at least the way our economy has been built over these last few decades, services is definitely where things are pointing. And if you're traveling at all, I've been, as you know, I'm constantly on the road. The airports are full, right? The aircraft is full. I mean, I've even tried to fly a little bit recently to try and cut down on some of the cost. Flying just to see what I can do as far as upgrades, just by getting the cheapest seats I can. But on the aisle, hopefully exit, right? I get upgraded a lot less than I used to. So everything's really, really full. As a result of that, even though the costs are higher for air travel, there's still a lot of people doing it in hotels, loaded. Crazy to think that all that is still happening out there. So those services continue to expand. There's also, you look at the jobs, right? A lot of that, as far as the hospitality industry, has pushed jobs significantly. So, and that's starting to cap out. So we're going to see how this all stacks up. There's a very recent survey that was released that says that 2/3 of those surveyed that they said that they're renting because they don't have enough for the down payment. Now, there was a National Association of Realtors survey showing that almost 50% of first-time home buyers believe they need 20% down. Now, we know that there's a lot of different programs out there to help first-time home buyers. They're also not that awesome. When you start talking about these special first-time home buyer programs where you get money to put down, there's strings that comes with that. So if you do have the 20%, far better off. And it's probably because we've been preaching that it's better for you to do that than any of those programs. Is probably why they're coming up with that. That's at least my estimation on it. Also, 35% of Americans are saying they're far worse off than they were just a year ago. And 63% of the people who responded said they had basically about $400 to cover emergency expenses. That's it. So we're really in some interesting times. Saw another report, Jamie Dimon is saying, hey, we need to hike rates 6 or 7 times. Now, why would that some bitch say that? Because every time they do something like that, it hurts smaller banks. They're taking up smaller banks. They're expanding this little empire. So I would take anything that some bitch has to say as all self gratifying crap. Anything that's going to help him grow Chase. So let's take a look at the charts and see what's going on here and what I think we're going to be running into. I could be wrong. I've said it before. I'll continue to say it. It's a possibility that I'm incorrect here, but I have not been in quite a few times, right? So there's been a lot of calls for floats back up in here, thinking it's going to go higher up in these levels. It did not. We couldn't break that at the level that I placed here. Haven't been able to break that level, period. And I haven't drawn that today. In fact, I might as well just draw it so you guys have it. But I'm thinking that we are going to be sit here and bouncing off of that. That's going to be that ceiling, but we're far away from that ceiling right now. That's not something we're going to have for a little while. We are now down at this dual level support. Now, if experts are saying our level of support's further down, I believe right in here is where they're claiming that to be. I think we're a little bit higher than that we might have a double floor. I can't say for certain. That's just looking at some of the ways that things traded in the past. But I do feel very, very strongly that this is our peak. This is where it's going to stop right here. It's going to come bouncing off of this 200-day moving average, this blue line. The 200-day moving average is coinciding with this that I've drawn, which is where, as we said before, the 2008, where the market was on its own before the Fed announced quantitative easing. So I believe that to be our ceiling. We'll see. So if we're trading here, I'm hoping we can float right here. This is the first time I'm going to be saying this in a long time, that we can float right here and get up to this point and then lock and play this channel for a little bit and hope if we don't break through these things, we got a long ways to go down. It could be here. It could be way down here. We're going down that far. It could be really, really ugly. We used to be 8%. The other thing we got here is what they call stochastic crossover. We're in a very, very, very heavy oversold position. You start getting into these points is when traders would look to start buying into it. So at some point, we're going to see this, I believe, reversal somewhere between this, hopefully off of this top line at 99.87, and we'll come up and play around in this realm. If you haven't locked and you've been floating at this point, hoping it's going to get better, guys, I'm just going to encourage you to not play that game. Don't listen to everybody out there telling you we're getting into a normal market, things are going to go down. I don't think we're going there. I really, truly do not. I really believe that particular line is our ceiling. If it's not, then great. I hope it's not. But I strongly feel that that's the case. And if that's the case, that's only going to benefit you to be ahead of it. Don't get caught up in this ARM crap. Don't get caught up in this 100% financing crap. Don't get caught up in this other crazy stuff. There's just so many different things that are coming out. They're pulling out all the old tools out of the toolbox from way back, thinking, hey, we need to do that to generate business because we as banks are losing depositors. People are pulling their money out. When you're talking to somebody who's a bank, and it's a bank loan originator, they're getting really, really in the dirt with things because they're trying to draw you in as a depositor. They want you in there. I would get away from the banks, where those little banks right now kind of see, well, you make your own decision. I'm not going to even give advice on that particular thing, but stick with people who understand real estate investing, who've been doing it a damn long time. I've been at it since 97. Many people on my team since the 80s. We're going to guide you through this process the best we can with the best knowledge we've got. Go to the website, aaron.chapman.com, scroll down, take a look at the what we do as far as helping out human trafficking, that kind of stuff. We want to be able to, we want to make a difference in this world. And right now, the difference we really want to make is in your business. So reach out to us. We'll guide you through everything the best we can. Talk to you soon.